Welcome back to the IS Companion. In today's lecture, we will delve into problem solving in psychology. Problem solving is a critical cognitive process that involves overcoming obstacles to achieve a desired goal. In essence, a problem is a conflict or a gap between our current state and the state we wish to attain. Whether it's solving a math problem, deciding how to navigate a tricky conversation, or figuring out how to fix a broken appliance, problem solving is central to daily life. Components of every problem. There are key components that make up any problem. 1. Current or present state, where we are now. 2. Goal state, where we wish to be or what we aim to achieve. 3. Legal moves, operators, the actions or steps that can legally be taken to transition from the current state to the goal state. For example, if you are trying to solve a puzzle, the present state is the incomplete puzzle, the goal state is the completed puzzle, and the legal moves are the permissible actions, example, placing pieces in certain configurations. Problem solving as goal-oriented behavior. Problem solving is a purposeful, goal-directed behavior. It is an active process in which a person manipulates symbols stored in long-term memory and uses information gathered from the environment to transition from the present state to the goal state. This process involves several cognitive mechanisms like perception, attention, memory, reasoning, and thinking. Approaches to problem solving. 1. Behaviorism approach. The behaviorist view focuses on trial and error as the central mechanism in problem solving. Thorndike's puzzle box experiment with cats is a classic example. In this study, cats were placed in a box and had to figure out how to escape by pressing a lever. Through trial and error, the cats learned which actions led to successful escape, demonstrating that repetitive attempts and reinforcement guide problem-solving behavior. 2. Gestalt approach. In contrast to behaviorism, Gestalt psychologists like Wolfgang Kohler emphasized insight and the holistic nature of problem solving. They argued that solving a problem involves restructuring one's understanding of the problem and suddenly arriving at the solution, often described as an aha moment. Kohler's experiments with chimpanzees, in which the animals demonstrated creative use of tools to obtain food, showed that problem solving can involve sudden insight rather than gradual trial and error. Max Wertheimer, another Gestalt psychologist, described problem solving as involving the entire cognitive structure of the individual, focusing on perception and organization of the problem. He believed that problems are solved not merely through individual components but through an understanding of how all the pieces fit together. Types of problems. 1. Well-defined problems. These have clear starting and goal states, and the path to the solution is fairly straightforward. An example is a math problem with a known formula. 2. Ill-defined problems. These problems have ambiguous starting points or unclear goal states. For example, solving global climate change is an ill-defined problem because it involves multiple unknowns and no singular solution. 3. Routine problems. These are problems we solve regularly using known procedures, such as following a recipe. 4. Non-routine problems. These require creative solutions and are not encountered often, such as creating a new marketing strategy. 5. Adversary problems. These involve competition, such as in chess, where there's a direct opponent. 6. Non-adversary problems. These involve no direct competition, like planning a road trip. Factors influencing problem solving. 1. Set refers to the mental set or preconceived notion about how to solve a problem. Mental sets can be helpful if they lead to effective solutions, but they can also cause fixation, where an individual is stuck using an ineffective approach. Lutchen's water jar experiment demonstrated how mental set can hinder problem solving when participants continue using a familiar but inefficient method even when a simpler solution is available. 2. Priming of the solution. Exposure to certain stimuli can prime individuals to solve problems more efficiently. For instance, seeing an example or receiving a hint can lead to a quicker solution. 3 hints or instructions, often providing subtle hints, can drastically improve problem solving success, as shown in Mayer's two-string experiment. In this experiment, participants had to tie 2 strings together but couldn't reach both at once. When given a hint, by nudging a string, participants experienced an aha moment, realizing they could use one string as a pendulum to grab both. 4. Motivation. A person's desire to solve a problem can impact their performance. High motivation can drive perseverance, whereas low motivation might lead to giving up quickly. 5. Rules in problem solving. These can involve algorithms, step-by-step procedures that guarantee a solution, though they may be time-consuming. Example, solving a math equation by applying a formula. Heuristics, mental shortcuts or rules of thumb that make problem solving faster but don't guarantee a correct solution. Example, trial and error, educated guesses. Famous problem solving experiments. 1. Mayer's two-string experiment, 1931. In this experiment, participants were tasked with tying together 2 strings hanging from the ceiling, but the strings were placed far apart so they couldn't be reached simultaneously. By subtly priming participants to think creatively, that is, nudging one of the strings, they realized they could use a string as a pendulum to grab both. This experiment highlighted the role of insight in problem solving. 2. Adamson's candle mounting experiment, 1945. In this classic experiment on functional fixedness, participants were given a candle, matches, and a box of tacks and instructed to attach the candle to a wall in such a way that it would not drip wax on the table below. Many participants struggled because they viewed the box only as a container for tacks, but the solution was to use the box as a platform for the candle, demonstrating how thinking beyond the standard use of objects can aid in problem solving. Conclusion. Problem solving is a complex process that involves a variety of cognitive processes, from perception and attention to reasoning and memory. Both behaviorist and Gestalt approaches offer unique insights into how we solve problems, whether through trial and error or sudden insight. Understanding the types of problems and the factors that influence problem-solving abilities, such as mental sets, priming, and motivation, helps in navigating challenges more effectively. By integrating various problem-solving strategies, whether algorithmic, heuristic, or insightful, we can improve our ability to tackle both routine and complex problems. The famous experiments of Mayer and Adamson serve as powerful examples of how cognitive flexibility and creativity play key roles in finding solutions. Thank you. Follow us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/iscompanion.